Spectrum no longer supports cable cards. Okay, where do I start? Probably at the beginning. So, Spectrum in this area used to be Time Warner Cable, and Time Warner Cable was a completely separate company which was bought by Charter Cable, and there were, I think, one or two other cable companies they bought and became Spectrum, which is kind of a lie as well. But basically, we had Time Warner Cable here. Charter Cable bought Time Warner Cable and some other ones and changed their name to Spectrum. Now, there used to be, before Spectrum, before Charter even bought any of them for years ago, there was Charter Spectrum, so Charter already used the name Spectrum, even though they don't really have any documentation of that. They're at, like, Spectrum's not a new name. But anyway, that's completely beside the point. Spectrum came, and quickly after Spectrum came, from being Time Warner... What the hell am I watching? Anyway, quickly after Spectrum took over Time Warner Cable in this area, we lost analog cable. Now, analog cable, of course, you had your cable line that came in from the floor or the wall or whatever. You plugged it directly into your TV. Doesn't matter if it was flat screen, CRT, whatever. You just plugged the coax cable directly into the TV. Didn't have to have a box, didn't have to have any of that. And you would use your TV's tuner and just change the channels on the TV like this. Of course, it probably wouldn't be a TV like this, but you get the idea. You would use the TV to change channels. TV's built-in tuner. No box, nothing. And that generally gave you channels 2 through 99. You had your basic cable channels came in through there. Well, really shortly after Spectrum came along and Time Warner Cable was Spectrum, they shut that off. So you had to have a box. Okay, whatever. Now you're paying for an extra box. They say they... Well, the reason they did it, I don't care what they say. They say it was to free up bandwidth for making internet speeds faster. What it really was to get you to spend more money on a box and to make sure you weren't pirating cable or whatever, because used to you could just run a cable to the neighbor's house or whatever. But okay, you had to have a box. That was... God, I think that was around 2016 or so. So, we got a box. Not this box. I'll get to this box in a minute. The box we got was a Scientific Atlanta 4250 HDC. Wonderful cable box. It had buttons on the front of it for everything. It had 2 audio outs. I will demonstrate this in a minute because I have a similar box which I will show. And it had a receptacle that you could plug it into. Plug in the TV. So if you had a TV like that, you'd turn it on, put it on channel 3. You could control the volume because it had variable audio output. You could change the power because it had that receptacle, and you could change the channel. So you could essentially use a non-remote TV as a remote TV. Well, I don't remember exactly what happened to that box. I was working on a TV. I think what happened there, I think it was that one. I was working on a TV and the coax cable that was on it touched something it shouldn't have, and it zapped the box and killed it. Now that was very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Because the next time I went to get a new box, well, they tried to give me one of those new Spectrum boxes, and those are just a complete shit show. They run a newer software, even newer than this, newer software, and when you press a button, it takes like 3 or 4 seconds to register. It's that slow. And it only has an HDMI output, which I don't have a use for. So I said, do you have one like I already had? And they go, oh no, we don't support that model. We don't support that model anymore. It will no longer work on our system. Now, I know someone who has 3 of those exact boxes, the Scientific Atlanta 4250 HDC boxes, in use right now. In fact, I was just over there last week taking care of something, and those boxes, they are still using them. They are still working. So no, your system does not just magically not support it anymore. Your system still supports it. But anyway, they gave me one of these. This box is a piece of crap. This box has 1 button on it. 1 button, that's it. So if I want to do anything, I have to go and find the damn remote, which commonly is not here. I'd rather just press the buttons on it. It's plastic. Everything's on a single board. Oh, the clock is blue. I don't like that. That's too bright. I like the green one. It shares audio output, so this is what I'm talking about. See the audio output here? I'm using component right now, but it has component and composite, so you'd use yellow, white, and red, or these, and white and red is the audio. The old 4250 had 2 sets of audio outputs, one for the composite and one for the component. So you could use both composite and component at the same time. This one you have to use one or the other with audio. It also doesn't have that receptacle on it. But most importantly, I don't know what it is, but these boxes are so freaking unreliable. This is the 3rd one of these I've had. So the first one worked maybe a year and broke. Second one worked maybe a little bit longer than that and broke. The 3rd one, before I got this is the 3rd one, but I had another one. I forget the exact model. I'll try to get a picture and put it here. That one was better, but still not as good as the 4250 because it was unreliable too. It broke. But when that one failed about 2 or 3 weeks ago, this is the one that they wanted to give me. But I haven't gotten to that point yet because we are now to the point of cable cards no longer being supported. But first of all, let me show you, yes, I'm going to delay it a bit more. Let me show you the guide. I don't like this guide. When I move it, the thing doesn't move. I don't like the layout of this box. And if I go and change, where is it, aspect? Oh, it does change, okay, it changes the aspect ratio on the component. I think it might do it on the composite as well. But that's not when I really need to change the aspect ratio. Because this box, even if you set it to 4:3, if you have it on a TV like this with a 4:3 screen, it'll put it in a little line. And common times, you'll be watching something, and I made a video of this a while back, where you have a 4:3, when you're watching something that is in 4:3, they'll put it inside of a 16:9, and then it'll only take up a little small square. So I'd like to put it on zoom, but the coax output, which is what would connect to a TV like this, doesn't change the aspect ratio. It just doesn't. The old one did. The old one was running a passport guide. I'll put a picture of that in here. Passport guide was, I think, developed by Rovi or something. It was a completely separate company. Now the really older ones run SARA, Scientific Atlanta Residential Application. Now I like that as well. I liked Passport Guide as well. This one, I believe they call it ODN or something like that. And this is bad. This is bad. But the Passport Guide was better. Anyway, when that other box failed, I said, I'm not getting another one. They're probably going to try to give me one of these again. Because, once again, even though I know people who are still using the old 4250 boxes, and they're great, the old Scientific Atlanta boxes are great, they won't give me one because they say they're not supported anymore. So I wanted to get a cable card. What is a cable card? This is a cable card. So the idea of a cable card is that you have the option, if you don't want to pay $12.99 a month for a box, which is ridiculous, especially these unreliable boxes that don't do what you want them to do, you can get a cable card. This will allow you to put it in a box that you own. You can buy a cable box, either a refurbished or used one, or you can buy something like a TiVo, or some TVs. This one might actually have it. No. My other Panasonic plasma TV has a spot in it where you can put a cable card in it. And this will allow you to connect the coax cable to that box that you own, the TiVo or cable box, or directly to your TV, and pick up digital cable using this. And they only charged, I think it was $3 a month for one of these. And this was great. So I wanted to get this. So I called them, because there's a store you can go to, but I just called them and said, hey, this box isn't working. Can I get a cable card? Because I have, not too long ago, I found this. This is a Scientific Atlanta 8240. And once again, these old Scientific Atlanta boxes are great. Now, this particular one happens to be a DVR, meaning you can record. But you can see it's made of metal. It has all the buttons on the front. So if I want info, guide, and then I can go up and down or press the volume, select whatever you want on the front. This is a green clock. Plus, I really like this shape. I don't know why, but the shape of this, the 4250 has the same shape. I like that. And on the back, you can see here's the receptacle you can plug your TV into. And then you can see here, here's your composite video with its own audio outs. Here's your component with its own audio outs. Excellent. Also has S-video. I don't think that one has S-video. Of course, it has HDMI if you want that. And see, this is where your cable card goes. So I had this. So I figured, okay, I had this. I bought this a while ago just to use as like a decoration type thing. I really want to find a 4250. If one of those pops up, I'll keep that, even just, you know, just for looks, whatever. But so I figured, okay, let me get a cable card. They said, oh, we don't have cable cards anymore. We've done changes on our system. Cable cards no longer work. We no longer support cable cards. Okay. Let's take a look at the box that they just gave me. Do you see this? See that? What is that? That's a goddamn cable card. So once again, our systems no longer support cable cards. We can't give you a cable card. Our systems we've made a change on our system. It no longer supports cable cards. Okay, then I guess I need to get a new box. I really don't like these boxes. Let me get the new box, though. Here's the new box. Here's the cable card. So what's the difference? This box that they support, this is their box. This one's from, let's see, they all have a date on the bottom of them. Should. These all have a date on the bottom of them. Where the hell is it? Oh, here we go. 7/23/2017. So this one's pretty damn new. Yep. And there's your cable card. This box is running off a cable card. So just like the 4250 that I know someone who still has 3 of them, at least 2 of them. They might have gotten rid of the one. I don't know. Anyway, I know someone who's still using the 4250s, and they still work. They don't support cable cards on their system. Their system's been upgraded, and they no longer support cable cards. But their boxes, which they still use, if you're using cable through them, at this point, you are using one of their boxes because that's the only option. But hey, their boxes still use cable cards, so their system obviously still supports cable cards. So, what the hell is going on there? Once again, just looking for more money, I guess. But the idea of not supporting cable cards anymore, that is just a damn lie.